When Andrew Johnson took the oath of office as Vice President on March 4, 1865, he did so in a condition most historians politely describe as visibly intoxicated. The truth may be even more embarrassing. Johnson was so drunk that day, he slurred his words, rambled incoherently, and had to be physically restrained. Johnson had reportedly been battling typhoid fever, and to treat it, or perhaps calm his nerves, he drank whiskey before the ceremony. Unfortunately, it wasn't just a sip. During his inaugural address in the Senate chamber, he ranted for so long that the outgoing Vice President, Hannibal Hamlin, tried to cut him off. Johnson then tried to swear in new senators, a ceremonial role of the Vice President, but fumbled and confused their names. Newspapers were scandalized. The New York Times called it a national disgrace. Lincoln, always diplomatic, is said to have brushed it off, but many in Washington were horrified that this was the man a heartbeat away from the presidency. Just 6 weeks later, Lincoln was assassinated, and that heartbeat stopped. Johnson suddenly became the 17th President of the United States, thrust into office at a moment of national trauma. His presidency, unfortunately, was not much more successful than his debut. A Southern Democrat who had remained loyal to the Union during the Civil War, Johnson clashed with Republicans in Congress over how to rebuild the South. He opposed civil rights legislation, vetoed the Civil Rights Act of 1866, and resisted protections for newly freed slaves. Congress overrode his vetoes and eventually impeached him. Johnson narrowly avoided removal from office by a single Senate vote, becoming the first U.S. president to be impeached. From his drunken start to his defiant finish, Andrew Johnson's presidency was a turbulent chapter in Reconstruction, a story of missed opportunities, bitter feuds, and a man out of step with his moment. To hear interesting stories about Abraham Lincoln to Henry Hoover, be sure to check out Part 2 of our interesting facts list on the Presidents of the United States. Link is in the description.